What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. So today we're going to be going over Baby Doge. We're going to look at the technical analysis and look at the predictions that we made earlier and kind of compare it to what they have done now. So yeah, definitely wait till that. And also we're going to check out the Bitcoin technical and we're going to go over the overall update for Baby Doge. So definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a like and comment and all that good stuff and subscribe. And anyways, let's get straight to it. Definitely check out my other channel too, Marsellis Travels, if you want to see my travels out here inside of Brazil. Got my Brazil shirt on. Anyways, let's get started. So let's look at what we were doing previously in last week. So we had three different scenarios, right? And one of the scenarios where we come out of this consolidation period here, you see this consolidation wedge. So one of the scenarios was us coming out of the consolidation wedge and going down to 9Z7. Obviously, we did not do that. So that is now out the window. If you see right now, it says we're at 9Z9. But if you look over here on CoinGecko, it's going to tell you we're up 3.6% in the last 24 hours. And we're actually up at 9Z974. So it's a little bit off on here. But they're still like the same thing because it'll still look the exact same if you go somewhere else. It'll show a different price, but the chart is looking the exact same. It's kind of the same over here exactly, even whenever you look at the one over here for Wobi. So don't worry about the price. Just worry about the direction of the chart because the direction of the chart is ultimately the same throughout all these different exchanges. So that's all you gotta look at is the direction. So even though it says it's at 9Z904, it's still technically the same price because they have different fees and different charges on these different exchanges. All right, I just had to break that down. But anyways, look, we're coming out of this consolidation. We didn't go down to 9Z7. Instead, we went up here to this resistance that I mentioned, and we bounced off it a few times before we actually broke out. And then that resistance I mentioned was 9Z9. So like we bounced off it here, 1, we bounced off it again, 2, bounced off it again, 3, bounced off it again, 4, bounced off it again, 5, and then the 6th time was charm where we just broke out of it from there. Now, when we broke out of it, we didn't just immediately go like all the way up to the next resistance, which we talked about, which was all the way up here at 8Z1 pretty much. So we didn't go all the way up there exactly, but we did stop up here around 9Z3. So that was definitely pretty exciting to see. And also, like, remember, if you look over here, it's going to show us something a little bit different. But still, we went pretty high. We almost got past that 8Z1. Like, that's exactly what we need to get past in order to stay bullish. We need to stay past 8Z1. The movements here are really weird when you look at the volume for Baby Doge because our volume has been relatively low. So you're going to see it's really sideways for like the last week. It's just been sideways the whole last week. So that's also crazy. But if you look over here at Bitcoin, though, Bitcoin is now at 16.9K. Well, now back down to 16.6K. But yeah, it's looking a little crazy right now. Like I said, going into the new year, we're probably going to see a nice little movement upwards, and that's kind of what we've seen. But I don't know if it's going to continue to do that. It could do anything at this point. But anyways, moving over here to the 4-hour chart for Baby Doge, we're just going to look at that a little bit. It's going to look kind of similar, but it definitely looks like there's more progress when you look at the 4-hour chart. Because when we look from here, going down here from 9Z836 all the way up here, like that was actually a straight rise upwards, which is actually a good sign because you can actually see that we're still on an uptrend here. Like we've been on an uptrend since the 20th of December. So that is a pretty big stepping stone for us to be on the uptrend for 7 days straight. For a whole week straight, it's been an uptrend. So all that is good news. So definitely excited to see that, but it's a small uptrend. It's not like it's humongous. It's just a small little uptrend for a week straight. So it hasn't been anything too big. Now, as for Bitcoin, see if you look at Bitcoin from the 20th of December, it did go up since then, but it started to trade sideways the second it hit that resistance at 17K. It couldn't get past 17K. It just started going sideways the whole time. And now what we're seeing here is another support that we've just now hit for the Bitcoin, 16.5K. Now we're back at 16.7K, trying to work our way back up inside of Bitcoin. So something that you should watch out for Bitcoin is this area here. It does say there's high activity, But notice how the second we hit that high activity area, it's kind of hard to see, but it's right here. The second we hit that high activity area, we started to sell out and red starting to form, which is our supply and demand of less demand for these indicators, showing that there's less demand in this area. So if there's less demand, and now we're hitting a strong downtrend area, we just came off of an overbought area on the oscillator, and we're now curved downwards, we could have another selling wave. But you also have to look at the oscillator. So see how it goes up and then down, but it doesn't necessarily go down to the red area. It doesn't necessarily create a red wave after it hits the bottom of this green buying wave. You see how it kind of goes down but levels out before it goes down to selling. It actually leveled out, which means we could have another buying wave coming in for Bitcoin. And that's also good because you can even see here the green areas, supply and demand, and more demand. So it's showing there is a little bit more demand here at about 16.5K. So if we drop from 16.6K back down to 16.5, we may have that possibility of trying to ramp back up to 17K. But 17K is acting as a strong resistance for us. We've been trying to get past it since the 20th of December. And let's see if we can finally get past it. But yeah, we're going to have to wait to see that. But let's look at the 4-hour chart to look at a little bit of a more long-term point of view. So over here, there's a bearish signal for the 4-hour chart. And that's because the buying is really slowing down. But it's crazy because the buying is very slow right now and the selling. Just look at the oscillator. Like there's very little selling, very little buying. Like this is very small volume. And we've seen the same thing for Baby Doge. Baby Doge also had a very small volume. But what I'm really looking at here is why it says high activity, but then it also says strong downtrend. This could be bad because we also see a bearish signal right here, meaning that there could be some more selling coming in. And like I said, if that happens, then we could be seeing that dropping back down, possibly to 16.5K, and then trying to ramp back up. And maybe it's like a false sell-off, or maybe it's not a false sell-off, and it actually does sell off down to our support where we have 15.5K. So we got to watch out for that, but I'll definitely keep you all updated to see exactly where we go with that. Now, everything else in the crypto market, like I said, sideways movement right now. We're just trying to find a good area to stop at, as in going down, because we're still going to be going down. We're just trying to find that good area to stop at. But anyways, moving on from this, and I think the next video I might do might be Chronos, crypto.com. A lot of people want to talk about that. So we may do a little technical analysis on that. But moving on from there, though, we are almost at 1.65 million holders. Right now, we have 1,649,931 holders. By tomorrow, we should have 1,650,000 holders. So yeah, that's pretty nice, pretty exciting to see. We're just gonna have to wait for that. And as for my, I'll show you my farming journey. But first, we'll look at the info over here, so we can look at our Baby Doge burned. So far, we've burned 5.2 billion inside the last 24 hours, which is 4.8K. And then you can see the lifetime burn here, $186 million. That's a lot for the people that say that we don't have enough burned. We have $186 million burned. I don't know what y'all are talking about. We don't have enough. Like, we got a lot burned. It's 200 trillion Baby Doge, like our 200 quadrillion. That's a lot burned. But anyways, yeah, 5.2 trillion burned inside the last 24 hours, 4.8K right there. That's pretty good. And then you can also see over here, we are now ranked 138. We're moving up in the rankings. We have $27.74 million of total value locked for Baby Doge swap. And then we have down here, Shiba swap at rank 159 and with $23.36 million locked. I think the best thing that Baby Doge has done yet is making Baby Doge swap. Like the Baby Doge team, phenomenal job on that. This is one of the best things to happen to Baby Doge as a project, doing the Baby Doge swap. So I'm pretty happy with this, and I want to see the growth of our decentralized exchange, because this is a pretty big achievement for crypto like ours. So it's pretty cool to see. But anyways, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, and also check out my other channel, Marsellis Travels, if you want to see my travels out here inside of Brazil. And as always, I'll be back with another video.